Well, folks, 2025 is off to an incredible start. Let's begin with this year's Santa reunion. While everyone else in the Christmas community was recuperating from their seasonal blur, reunion planners were as busy as the elves in Santa's workshop on Christmas Eve. This year's location was perhaps the most beautiful ever, and we've been trying to organize a Santa excursion to the Palm Springs tram for years. Over 100 guests bought tickets to join us on Friday. This year, we hosted the largest Santa wear and gear show west of the Mississippi, and they were open all 3 days. Always a major feature of our reunions, this year's fashion show rocked the rafters. We enjoyed the usual dazzling array of Claus creations from Adele's of Hollywood, as well as Santa's Tailor, Stuff for Santa, Andrew McLean's Fashion, Julia Clayton's Nexus Designs, Hampton Roads Santa Claus, Santa Harley's Leatherworks, and the world famous Capri Shoes, one of the finest Santa bootmakers in America. We welcomed more featured speakers than ever before, too, and they literally came from all around the world. Our 2025 keynote speaker, Worldwide Santa Claus Network's founder, Santa Ed Taylor, gave fascinating presentations on all 3 days. Hall of Fame Santa Emiliano Colucci and Jenny Lynn traveled all the way from Minnesota's Twin Cities to share 30 years of experience during various workshops and seminars. Also, Santa Neil and Karen Bowers flew all the way from Melbourne, Australia to help us understand what their Christmas season is like down under. Remember, it's at the beginning of their summer down there. Finally, our reunion is also an opportunity for us to bid farewell to those fellow Clauses who have taken their final sleigh ride, and to reflect on our legacy, and of course to show our respect and gratitude for those who helped bring us this far. The 2025 Founders Award went to Cookie Claus, aka Dottie Runke, and the committee couldn't have chosen a more appropriate recipient. Cookie and her Santa helped found our first 4 chapters. This year, the committee introduced several inaugural awards. The Community Service Award was presented to Teresa Sadie and Adele's Fashions, our reunion's most generous sponsors. Adele's has donated our grand raffle prize of a brand new custom bespoke Claus outfit for 15 years. Forbes also presented a pair of legacy awards to the widow and son of Santa Ed Murphy, one of the original 10 founders of the modern professional Santa world. Karen Murphy shared a few of her precious memories from the early days of the Real Bearded Santas, recalling that now famous Auto for Sant commercial which launched our industry was a minor blip on Santa Ed's acting radar. Along with a number of other commercials he did that same year, he was the live Santa holding this bottle of Coke for an animated polar bear. Karen Murphy took home the Founding Fathers Award, posthumously awarded to Santa Ed. Meanwhile, Santa Ed Murphy's son, Chris, has also become a professional Santa. He even occasionally used the same suit worn by his famous father. Santa Chris shared a media presentation with luncheon guests, which was a deeper dive into the era of our origins than even I've ever taken before. No doubt giving many Clauses their first ever glimpse of the unprecedented period when a handful of professional actors changed Christmas worldwide forever. Santa Chris received the Bespoken Birthright Award for his unique and intrinsic connection to the global phenomenon. No sooner did we wrap up our flagship annual event than we began our biannual event, the election of our fiduciary officers and balloting on proposed amendments to our bylaws. Congratulations to the 2025 Board of Directors. And tonight we're announcing the final results of our bylaws revision proposals. Proposal 1, authorizing the Activities Committee to assume a shared responsibility for planning and coordinating our fraternity's flagship legacy event, the annual Santa Reunion, along with the chapter hosting the event each year. The AC will be co-chaired by a designee of the board of directors and a designee of the host chapter, and staffed each year by our most expert and experienced reunion planners. This proposal passed with overwhelming majorities. Proposal 2 removes the restriction requiring that a Mrs. Claus or an elf be claimed by a member in good standing in order to obtain professional benefits, such as our background check and liability insurance. The amendment extends full MIG status to any professional elf or Mrs. Claus who crafts and maintains an authentic portrayal of their character. As with Santa MIGs, each will be required to satisfy all prerequisites of membership, including submitting the same application information form, affirmatively subscribing to the same goals and tenets, submitting a government-issued photo ID, and a comprehensive background check. Once approved, new MIGs under this amendment will be required to pay annual dues and will be allowed to vote on fraternity matters. This also passed with overwhelming majorities. While I still pledge allegiance to our reunion as the flagship event in the professional Santa world, two other fledgling FORBS programs have surged into national attention. WinterNet is our fraternity's virtual chapter. It's an online home for all those Santas and Mrs. Clauses scattered across 45 states, many in communities too small to support a second Santa, much less the 5 required for their own local chapter. We meet at 11 a.m. Pacific on the first Saturday of each month and at 5 p.m. Pacific on the second Wednesday of each month. Like most chapter meetings, we'll hang out and chat for a while, then address any outstanding business or other items of interest, and finish the meeting with a 20 or 30-minute professional training session. Winter Watch is our newest addition to the MIGS array of professional benefits. It's our fraternity's Santa College, free and open to all members in good standing or associates of the fraternal order. We will formally launch our second full semester of classes this summer. WW25 will be an 8-week course with each module including a training video approximately 30 minutes in length, created exclusively for our MIGs, and a hosted discussion panel, and a 10-question quiz on the material. Those successfully completing this course will receive a special recognition endorsement from FORBS, which they can use in their marketing and promotions. And finally, let's take a look at a few of the spring and summer events being hosted by our local chapters. The Inland Empire Santas invite all Southern California Clauses to join them on the field for singing the national anthem at Rancho Cucamonga Quakes game at 1 p.m. on Sunday, May 18th. This is a long-standing SoCal tradition. Tickets are $12 via IE President Tom Tingestal at reindeerhandler@gmail.com. Santas of the OC will be hosting their 17th anniversary Halfway to Christmas with the Angels event at Anaheim Stadium at 7 p.m. on June 28th. This is a nationally televised game, and our group always gets featured several times in the broadcast. Anaheim Stadium is also where we made the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest gathering of people wearing Santa hats on July 25th, 2014. This year, we'll be in the highly coveted trout farm at field level, so called because that's where you're most likely to be hit by a ball coming off the bat of Mike Trout, 11-time All-Star outfielder and the league's MVP 3 times. Trout is undoubtedly one of the best players of his generation and arguably one of the greatest of all time. Moving on, the San Diego Santas, one of the most active groups of professional Santas in the country, would like to invite you to join them for their 8th annual Christmas in July chili dinner. To benefit their legendary Santa's Special Delivery, one of the most successful 501c fundraising events in America, year after year. Proceeds will be used to provide Christmas to families recommended by the Breast Cancer Angels who are struggling because a parent is unable to work due to ongoing cancer treatments. Their event will be held from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Elks Lodge 1812 in El Cajon. And for a $15 donation, guests will receive chili, baked potato, salad, and dessert, along with an evening of entertainment by talented volunteers. While not officially affiliated with our Arizona chapter, Forbes President Alan Cornwell will be joining a number of Arizona MIGs at the International University of Santa Claus School taking place in Phoenix next month. To thank Santa Tim Conahan for his decades of service to the Santa world, Forbes Board of Directors will be buying lunch for the class on one of those 2 days. Santa Allen will give a brief presentation on behalf of Forbes and our Arizona chapter. In closing, I would like to remind all of you that 1 out of every 3 nonprofits in this country went extinct during the pandemic. Not only has Forbes survived, we are thriving. And decades from now, we will still be proud leaders of the Christmas community. Stay tuned.